The Small Business Commission of City of Daly City Commission meeting called to order. At the time is 7:09 p.m. on April 9th, 2026. And let's go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Shall we do the roll call?
Yes, Commissioner Joseph Batista,
Here.
Commissioner Miko Jen,
Here.
and Vice Chair John Peña Cerrada.
Present.
Thank you.
All right. First thing on the agenda is the approval of minutes from, what was the date on that? Is it November 7th? No.
February.
From February, yeah.
Yeah, motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
First, yes, aye.
Second.
Oh,
I third.
we're good. Unanimous vote, yes. Yes. Okay. And just dive right into presentations. Yeah? We have the HIP housing presentation by Kevin Joyner, Community Outreach Specialist. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me? Just want to check. Can everybody hear me? I'm just not good. Microphone kind of throws me off sometimes. So.
We probably have to speak in the microphone.
I will,
just
okay.
to just
Recording,
keep get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, of course.
Yeah.
How about now? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I really appreciate being here. My career started in Daly City, and it's been wonderful to be back.
Hi.
For those who do not know me, my name is Kevin Joyner. I'm the Community Outreach Specialist at the nonprofit organization HIP Housing. HIP Housing has been in San Mateo County for over 50 years. I know I don't look it, but we've been around for 50 years, and we help workers, residents, and seniors find and maintain affordable housing options. We also have housed about 1,200 people annually, but we, of course, get more calls for a lot of our programs through that. Tonight, I will be very quick, of course, and I will go through our programs as well as our properties and just tell you a little bit more about HIP Housing and what we can do for, of course, Daly City as well as San Mateo County. Okay, so to start, one of our newest programs is the Housing Resource Hub. Now, the Housing Resource Hub is for anyone who wants to come to HIP Housing for, of course, housing needs. It might not be able to qualify for our other programs. You heard me right. That means people don't have to qualify for the Housing Resource Hub. With that in mind, if they are signed up, what would happen is they would get from our interns in our office or working around the clock to send weekly e-blast of available units that have become available around San Mateo County. Of course, Hub clients would receive these and can look over that and look into, of course, applying to those units. We also set a Getting Started packet. This Getting Started packet there's a couple. There's one that basically it's a step-to-step program that helps Hub clients know how to sign up for Rent Cafe, which again is the county's wait list for housing, helps them sign up for Haven Connect, which is our HIP Housing Properties website, as well as it helps them sign up for Doorway. Doorway is a low-income housing search. I believe it was created by Google a couple years ago. And again, it's a step-in-step guide to create an account for that as well. We hope with the Housing Resource Hub, for those who we can't help, we can still get, of course, housing to everyone that comes to our offices. Now, with that in mind, we have our other newest program, which is the Housing Readiness Program. The Housing Readiness Program in the Housing Resource Hub actually used to be within one, but we have been working with Daly City, and we had to rework the Housing Readiness Program. Housing Readiness Program's been around for almost 4 years now, and it's been great because with HIP housing in the last couple years, what we began to see was seniors selling their house and not knowing, they haven't been in the housing market for a long time. And that housing market has, of course, changed. It's gotten stressful, it's gotten overwhelming, and it's became a big headache for our seniors. So with the Housing Readiness Program, what we do is we can help case manage with these seniors. Unlike the Resource Hub, where we can't really sit down with you, with the seniors who qualify for the Housing Readiness Program, they do have to be about 62 and up. They have to be pretty low income, which is about $1,000 or less. But if they do meet these requirements and qualify, they can come to HIP Housing. Our HRP coordinator can either meet them at HIP, they can meet them at a Starbucks or a local area or a senior center, and they can sit down with them and make a housing ready plan. Now, the way that works is we can not only help them sign up for housing applications, we can send housing applications to them, we can make sure they look out for online scams. I'm sure we've all seen our online scams for housing lately. Facebook Marketplace is great, Craigslist is great, but I think we all know that the $500 2-bedroom is a little too good to be true. It can be tough for our seniors to see this though, and I don't blame them on that. With that as well, we can add them to, of course, wait list, and we can also review their budgets and debts. We do work with our programs with groups like Balance, which is a great nonprofit that also helps, of course, a lot of our residents and clients with their budgets. Okay, with that. Okay, moving on to our self-sufficiency program. Self-sufficiency has been around with HIP housing since the mid-90s. Like the Housing Readiness Program, we saw another issue at that time occurring within San Mateo County where we had a lot of low-income parents who wanted to get more job training, wanted to get more education training, but it was that or giving up their apartment. Now, we hope with the self-sufficiency program, we kind of get rid of that or at least help solve that issue. Now, the way the self-sufficiency program works is you have to be a low-income parent or a transitional aged youth between 18 and 24. And within that, what would happen is you have to be in a job or a practical field program prior to 6 months before being referred to the self-sufficiency program. You can be referred by a small business employer, an employer, a therapist, or a social worker. There is a bit of a process to get into SSP because this is our one program that does work with Section 8 in the county. I can go into that process afterwards, but to keep on time, I'm just going to keep going here. But once the parents are, or again, transitional aged youth is referred, they would get put up with a coordinator. This coordinator, I'm sorry, misspoke. Once they are put in, what we're trying to do is within the self-sufficiency program, is we help subsidize their client's rent for about 1 to 5 years. Now, I'll explain how that works. What happens is they will get placed with a coordinator once they come in. And a lot of times, while they're completing their job and education program, our clients in this program will then be placed into one of our family shared homes, which I will come back to in our properties. We do have 3, and there's usually 3 families per house, and it's usually about $100 per room. We have the reason why we can help with this, and there is more of a selection committee, is again with Section 8. We have a contract with the Housing Authority that does help us with this program. Now, with that as well, like I said, they get paired up with a coordinator while they're in this family shared home and while they're completing their job or education or practical field program. It's not just, of course, here you go, 5 years of subsidized rent. What we do is they do come to our office at the end of each month, and they take self-sufficient courses, as you can see on the screen. So we teach, of course, financial literacy, career guidance. We have a new parents club, which teaches parents how to become new parents. Now, I do admit they go to Classic Bowl a lot, but it's a really good way to, of course, help parents become new parents, and it's really good skills. Again, the hope out of this is not only when they do complete their job job and education training after a few years, they didn't have to give up their apartment, and now they have even more self-sufficient skills to stay in the area. Now, with the self-sufficient program, there is as well a scholarship within this program alone, where if clients who qualify, of course, can also qualify for this scholarship. That scholarship can help them live independently as well. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of times we see those families in the first 2 years maybe of their program start in the family shared housing. By their third year, they work with their coordinator, they apply for the scholarship, and from that scholarship, we can help at least on the last maybe 2 years where they live independently before they do transition out. Okay. With that as well, okay, our home sharing program is the bread and butter of HIP housing. Like I said, we've been around since 72. Home sharing's been around since 79. It's not a new program in any sense. And if you've probably heard of us, you've probably heard of the home sharing program. The way the home sharing program, of course, works is HIP housing matches providers who have a room to rent out in their home, their apartment, or their accessory dwelling unit, or more commonly known as ADU. And we match them with seekers who are trying to find a room to rent out. Now, I must stress, this is not an overnight process. We want you to like your match, and it might take some time, of course, with that. But say if both a provider and a seeker, the way it would work is they would come to HIP housing, and they would, of course, have an interview process to make sure they're right for the program. We do keep our rents in this program about $2,000 and below. So we ask the seekers coming in to have about $1,800. Doesn't have to be from work, just has to be from family or coming from somewhere. We do a background check and a sexual offender check on both providers and seekers. And once they, of course, go past the interview, what would happen next is they do get placed with, of course, with a coordinator of the home sharing program. That coordinator from there is going to then start sending written applications, seeker applications to providers, provider applications to seekers. Of course, if I'm a provider and as a commissioner is a seeker and we both like each other on writing, we're going to move on to the next step, which is an in-person interview with that coordinator that we have been talking with the whole time. That coordinator will be the mediator and the in-between, and we would have an in-person conversation and communication to make sure we still, of course, like our match. Of course, if we like our match, we will then move on to the next step, which is called a living together agreement. Now, yes, this can be similar to a lease, but it can be updated sometimes monthly. Of course, it's what the provider needs in writing. It's what the seeker needs in writing. But what I like to say here is why it can be updated is we have what's called, of course, rent exchanges within some of our living together agreements. Like I mentioned in other programs, our county is getting a little bit older, and that's okay. But sometimes our providers are on the older side, and sometimes they might need help with maybe some laundry around the house, maybe with some dishes once a week, or maybe getting driven to an appointment. With that in mind, within the living together agreement, a rent exchange where the seeker can help that older provider can maybe have that $1,800 come down to $1,700 and so on. Now, with that, as soon as a living together agreement is agreed upon, we have a move-in, which is wonderful. I must stress here again, we're humans. HIP housing, of course, doesn't just change our business, change our name, and you never heard of us again. We do check in afterwards and after a match has been made. I like to stress who we're really matching within these programs. We're matching firefighters and police officers. We're matching baristas with teachers. We're matching air traffic controllers at this time with VA nurses. I hate to say it, but 70,000 and below is low income within San Mateo County. And with home sharing, it's been a really great way to use the housing that we already have while more affordable housing is being built, which takes time and takes money. With that as well, of course, on the good side of matches, I will say this, I always like to bring this up. One got married. I'm not going to say it's going to happen again, but it could. And with that, our matches usually last about 5.5 years. Okay. We also, of course, with our programs, we have our properties. So, of course, I went through our programs, which is, again, the HUB, Self-Sufficiency, Home Sharing, and Housing Readiness Program. But along with that, HIP Housing actually owns and manages 501 units of below market or, again, subsidized rental units. Again, from the Self-Sufficiency Program, this is where those three houses, of course, align. But again, we do have most of those 501 units are, again, studios, one-bedrooms, and two-bedroom apartments. For instance, we had a 6-unit apartment in downtown San Carlos on Cherry. Our grant about 2 years ago, we just bulldozed it, and because our grant for the state went through, speedy process, only took about 15 years. But we got there. And with that, it's going to become about 33 units and come this October. Should be 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and our first 3-bedroom style apartments. Like I said in the beginning, in the Housing Resource Hub, you can find our properties page on our website at www.hiphousing.org and sign up the Haven Connect. It is a wait list. It won't be by tomorrow, but it's better to get on now compared to some other wait lists within the county. With that as well, we also manage senior facilities on the behalf of the San Mateo Rotary. We have 3. We have Haciendas, Floridas, and Edgewater Isle. They're all located in the San Mateo area. Edgewater Isle is right on the Fashion Island. So to my friend Maybell, Foster City, San Mateo, I feel like they do change it every year. So it's right there, and it's about 192 units. Once more, this is how you can, of course, contact us in each one of the programs. You can always, again, stop by our new headquarters, which is right across from Central Park in San Mateo. This is our new and permanent home. We bought the building for ourselves, and we're really happy to put that money back into our programs and, of course, make sure workers, residents, and seniors all have the chance to have housing within a very much rent-rising San Mateo County. Thank you all. I really appreciate your time and having me tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Of course.
Do we have any questions from the commissioners?
So earlier, if I heard correctly, you said 62 and up?
Yes, for the Housing Readiness Program at this time, it is for seniors who are 62 and up and are more on the low income end of things. I believe it should be it's for seniors who are 62 and up and are making 1,000 or less at this time.
Got it.
Again.
So if they are a couple and one person is under 62, would that eliminate them as a...
I don't think it would. I will give Maybell my card and get that answered to you by this Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to get that answered for you, but I don't think it would.
Just wondering.
No questions.
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin. And this is great information. Although we are a small business commission, we understand the importance of having our community know that this program really exists and is here to help. We understand also that we do have people that come to Daly City to work that may have to commute or they're having a hard time with housing. As a matter of fact, I have a client that asked me that she's having a hard time finding a new place. She's a single mom with 2 kids,
Yes.
and so she falls right into this. And
Yes.
so, but for those also that are listening to this meeting, if you are an employer, you may have some employees that may need help in this. So this is a great resource. Just to clarify a few things real quick, this is for my own and also maybe probably somebody else that's listening. The self-sufficiency program, what's the age range you said?
So for transitional aged youth, it's 18 to 24. And then for, of course, our parents who are in a practical or educational program, I don't believe there is an age for that. But for the transitional aged youth, it's 18 to 24. If I don't mind, just on that home sharing remark as well, for people, we see this all the time. We see workers who are working tirelessly within Daly City and San Mateo County, commuting from Stockton, commuting from Sacramento.
Right.
And, like I said, and what I was mentioning in home sharing, our county is very unique. We have water on both sides, and we have 75% amount of protected land, which I love personally, but it makes it a little bit difficult to, of course, build housing. So again, the more and more, of course, teachers and employees we can get over here, the less, traffic there will be on 101, which I think we all can be really happy about.
Yeah.
But we do see that a lot. And, if you are commuting, of course, from Stockton, I do need to mention again, in order to be within our programs, you do need to work within San Mateo County, or you do have to live within San Mateo County.
Got it. And for those that have property that they normally rent out, what's the advantage of maybe becoming a home share provider?
Well, like I said, with home sharing, it really did start matching seniors who might be, more a little bit lonelier. And so it's been a really great way to connect not only older generation with younger generation and build great connections there, but again, it's been a really great way to build, I would say, just with the building that we have, just connections, as well as a better area with the rising rents around us. Having a roommate might be a little bit easier at this time.
Right.
Oh, also, I would say extra income, of course, coming in
Of
as
course.
well.
Yeah. And now here's the small business part. Right?
And you do the vetting, right?
Yes. So again, of course, with home sharing or housing readiness, or I would say mostly with home sharing, of course, providers could go out there and, of course, do the work to find a seeker and put out an ad or go to Facebook Marketplace, or you can come to Hip Housing. We can do a lot of that work for you and be a partner along the way and, make sure we get you that person that you want to be matched with.
So if I own a property and I just want to rent out the whole house, can that be a part of the program?
I believe so. I think we've had ones that have had multiple rooms. Usually, again, I want to say yes, but mostly it's usually is one room with a shared common space and usually a private bathroom. But again, I believe we have seen that, and I think we're going to start seeing that more with the ADUs that are being more developed within San Mateo County.
Cool. Anything else? All right. Kevin, I appreciate your time.
Thank you
for
so
coming.
much. I'm just going to leave some of the housing readiness program flyers here for you and anyone who's interested. You might see these on some small businesses coming up. And if you see me around, please give me a hi, and be nice to see you guys again. Thank you again so much for having me tonight.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Next on the agenda here, with 2026, I mean, we're already in April, unbelievable. But there are some new laws, federal tax laws, that may impact small businesses and real estate investment. So we will have Ms. Maybell.
Yes, thank you so much, commissioners, allowing me to present. And I just want to preface this report with, I am not a licensed tax consultant, nor am I a lawyer. So this is just an extremely high level overview of some of the changes that has happened in 2026, but this is in no way an exhaustive list of the rules and new laws that should be paid attention to if you are a small business or into real estate. So, as you know, the One Big Beautiful Act was passed in July of 2025, and there were a lot of different provisions that took effect. And some of these that I'm going to present are the most consequential updates to business and investment taxation since the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. So the first one is that there is permanent QBI deductions now. The 20% qualified business income, deduction on qualified business income is now permanent. So for instance, if a restaurant has, 500,000 in qualified business income, they can permanently deduct 100,000. So it's significant cash flow and remodeling that can happen for your business. Another one is, and these are the key changes for affecting small businesses. Another one is the Section 179 expensing. So the deduction limit is increased to 2.5 million. I'm not sure how many people this would reach for our community, but this applies to tangible personal property, other qualified investment improvement properties, but it can't exceed the taxable business income. So there's no net loss from Section 179. But it does work in terms of the timing of the deductions, income smoothing, and avoiding excess losses. So, for instance, if let's say a tech startup was purchasing new servers, and office equipment and furniture that totals $1.5 million, they can fully deduct the entire amount in the current tax year rather than depreciating it over time, right? So, like for instance, a restaurant, right? If they have 600,000 in new kitchen equipment, 400,000 in furniture and fixtures, and then another 300 in like interior improvements, that totals 1.3 million. They can elect to expense the full 1.3 million, assuming there's sufficient income there, which extremely reduces your taxable income significantly in that first year. Let me know if you need any other real world examples for that, but there are key constraints. It has to be actively used in the business. It's limited by the taxable income, and then it phases out for larger capital expenditures. And then the last one, I think this is the last one for small business, is the restoration of 100% bonus depreciation. So you can fully expense any reinstated for qualifying assets placed in service after early 2025. So this allows 100% of immediate expensing of qualified assets, and there is no income limitation to that. This differs from Section 179 is that the election is automatic, again, no income limitation, and it can create loss, while Section 179 cannot. And then, now where are we? I think this is the last one for small business and pertains to people with children. So you can also increase your credit to from 40% up to 50% for small business for childcare. Again, real world example, small business owners who installs on-site childcare facility can qualify for $250,000 credit toward the cost of setting that up for their employees. Or right, because not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of small businesses can set up a childcare facility just on the side. Let's say you have there's a group of partners that you have 25 employees, and instead of course, building your own facility, the business subsidizes a portion of its employees' childcare costs through a contracted agreement. So if the employer contributes to those 25 employees who require childcare $200,000 annually toward that program, it can qualify for $100,000 tax credit, which is 50% of the cost under this expanded provision. So definitely helps you out with those tax credits. Some of the changes that are other changes are direct, oh, no, not direct subsidies. Let me see. That's also with the childcare, sorry. Okay, so I'm on E now. Changes to the 1099 reporting thresholds. So this increases administrative complexity and reinforces the need for stronger financial system. That's the implication. But a real world example for that is you consider a freelance, let's say graphic designer who earns $60,000 annually. Previously, her clients who had paid her via PayPal were only required to issue a 1099 if they paid her more than 60,000 annually over the course of a calendar year. This is now down to 600. Yes. So this means that if, Emily, the graphic designer, receives $600 or more from any single client, PayPal must issue a 1099-K form to both Emily and the IRS now. So this is going to require a lot of people to be more comprehensive about their record keeping and then integrate their financial tracking systems a lot more, along with, being more heavy on their tax documentation. So that's a big change. I know for a lot of people who receive money through like PayPal and Venmo and things like that. Another one that affects specifically real estate investors is another bonus depreciation plus cost segregation strategy. This is 100% bonus depreciation, which allows a full write-off on qualifying components in a year. I could go deeper into that if we want to, for real estate investors. Another one is the opportunity for opportunity zone program enhancements that incentivizes qualified opportunity zone investments. That pertains to us because we do have one in Bayshore. Another one is that the capital gains thresholds have adjusted. They've actually increased due to inflation. So your 0% rate is now up to 98,900 for joint filers. 15% rate is up to 613,700. Implications here is there's a slight reduction in effective tax burden on asset sales due to inflation adjustments. Another one that we may want to pay attention to is the SALT deduction. That cap has increased to 40,000 with some income phase outs. This applies to our state income taxes, our property taxes, homeowners with high valued assets, commercial property owners, other real estate investors with multiple properties. But the benefit phases out at a higher income threshold, generally around the high six-figure earners and above, and does not apply to all taxpayers. And then there is the estate tax exemption increase. Doubt this pertains to anybody, but this increases the exemption increase to 15 million from 12 million. What? Oh, where am I at? I think that might have been the last one. Last one was the AMT, the alternative minimum income tax, which is a parallel tax system designed to ensure taxpayers with high income or heavy use of deductions that they still pay a minimum level of income tax. So I believe that's it. There's more in your report for, implications, fiscal impacts, and other real-world examples. So these provisions, including the permanent bonus depreciation, expanded expensing, and stabilized pass-through deductions, hopefully create more favorable conditions for our economic growth, for our small businesses and investors, and it aligns with the economic development strategies with federal incentives, encourages private investment in commercial corridors, and supports small business expansion and retention. Are there any questions about any of these?
All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? There's a lot there to actually really digest. And I'm sure there'll be some time where we will have more questions, especially those that are in the audience. but the first few seems like it's very favorable to small businesses. But again, gotta have to dive in and see what situation each business is in, and if take a note of how these things can actually will affect you positively or maybe negatively. But it seems like it does favor more of those of people that to be more entrepreneurial or business minded, and or if you currently have a business to continue moving that direction to hopefully get help make things work better for the organizations. Questions, comments? Thank you. Thank you for this. I know there's a lot. All right. I believe that's all the presentations for tonight, but now we have some discussion items. One, the one on top of the list is the Legacy Business Celebration Planning, which is on May 7th. This is when we will highlight our new legacy businesses that we nominated. I believe there's five. Thank you. And I think it's going to be very, a great night to honor these businesses that have been around for quite some time that serves the community. So I think we want to just open up the floor as far as if there's anything that we want to add to the celebration or the event, including activities, tabling of other businesses. All the businesses I think that we have nominated are a little bit different from what we usually have, which is a lot of food businesses. These are all different types of services, from entertainment to dental. I forgot the other ones, but they'll come back.
Salon, right? The auto body shop.
The auto body shop. So different types of services. I mean, it'd be great to have them, come and maybe have a small information booth so that when we have the community come, they can show off what they do. So I think that's one thing that we can do is to invite them to do a table of information where they can maybe even do different promotional items to bring in more attention to their businesses. We usually normally have food businesses too, so this time there isn't any. So I'm not sure how we want to approach that.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Vice Chair. That is the two things that we need to discuss is the program, since we don't have any performers or anything, what you would like to do. It's a 2-hour event. And also the catering. Who are we going to go with since we don't have food this time?
And there's no budget for food.
There's a budget.
Huh?
There's a budget.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wasn't.
You guys, do you remember the first one where we had Miss May come? It was like a whole setup with, she had, I don't even know, like dessert cups. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm open to that. Or are there any other food businesses that maybe
The last
give them
year's
an
the
opportunity?
donut, right? I remember last year's like the donut shop.
We had 2 bakeries last year. That's
Oh,
why.
yes.
So there was a lot of
Bigger, yeah.
baked
last,
goods, sweets. Yeah. And then we just supplemented with other stuff, but I don't think we went full cater. So we can decide if it's just going to be a Costco run on my end, or are we going full cater?
I mean, I think we should entertain the idea of allowing a small business to come in and serve their food product.
and depends how many people they will attend.
Cater. No.
Cater.
Say between 50 to 100, just because there's 5 businesses and they were all told invite your friends, your family, your employees. Yeah.
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 So, I mean, don't know. What do you guys think? I think we should open it up to have some of the local businesses just maybe do.
Who?
I don't know. We can go down the list and ask them, would you like to be represent?
But do you guys have a preference?
I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, it's up to everybody, I guess. I mean, couple businesses that come to mind as far as like easy, like you know, let's say we had one of the local pizza shops do
Pizza?
little small stuff. I mean, you know, hors d'oeuvre style.
Pizza?
Yeah,
We've never done that.
yeah. Shout out to was that
Kings?
on Mission Street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does some pretty good stuff. There's another one. Yeah, I think we should do something like you know, go down the list of vendors that are out on Mission. I mean, you know,
Spicy house.
I mean, forget the pizza. Let's go right here. No?
Like simple
Snack,
though.
yeah.
Yeah. Hors d'oeuvres.
Yes.
Do something. Just
Small
kidding.
No,
plates.
yes, right.
Yeah,
Not like the whole
The five
meal.
course.
Yes.
we're not sitting down.
Chicken.
Yeah, I think finger
Finger
foods.
food, yeah.
Yeah, because if you do like pizza, maybe you can cut it up where it's like small slices, where you
Pizza
can
or sandwiches, maybe.
pizza sandwiches,
sandwich is a good idea,
dumplings, empanadas,
Empanadas. Okay.
and then you have fruits, dessert. Just go
Yeah.
down the line.
I can get that at Costco. The fruit and stuff. Because I have to get the champagne from Costco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think this time we'll start the drinking early.
Hey,
Because it's too chaotic to give them the drink for a toast.
right.
They could just have the drink already.
Sure.
Yeah.
Would it be easier if we had a organization cater that, or they can even walk around and serve it?
I've asked
Might
the
be out of
chamber
budget.
to help with serving before, but it's still chaotic.
Oh, okay.
I think we should just have it out. If
Have
you
it
wanna
out.
Grab it for the toast for later, or grab more or whatever. Then
Okay.
so we're not like here for a toast, you know, right? Like right before.
Right.
Yeah, because that's usually
So how does it work? Is there a list of vendors that can help out with such an event that we pull from, or are we pulling from Daly City as a
we
whole?
try to go Daly City first,
Yeah.
and then we kind of radius out from there. So then it's like, okay, who's next to us? So we give a lot of love to, you know, Colma businesses, South City businesses.
Sure.
And then we go out from there. But we try to keep it as tight, as
Yeah.
close as possible
Yeah.
to us. Yeah.
Maybe you know, the KKC Capo Cultural Cafe, they can do like those dessert drinks.
Boba?
Yeah, they do some, but there's those types of drinks that they do. Maybe they can do little sample cups.
Oh, okay.
I've never been.
You know what I mean?
don't know.
Huh?
Never been. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll have like, you know, tea, like sweet tea, milk tea. You know, they probably have like 2 or 3 that maybe they can bring and table off. I think they would actually do that because they still are trying to get their name out there a little bit more. You know, because they're a part of a nonprofit system as well. The cafe helps the nonprofit,
Right.
so that might be a good option.
Yeah.
I'll hit him up. I'll hit up Stephanie.
Yeah.
Because technically we could go for 3 vendors. One vendor that takes care of a dessert for X amount of people. One vendor takes care of appetizer. And one vendor takes care of the actual meal, so to speak. Kind of spread it out.
We'll ask Classic for some too,
Oh yeah.
since they have
There you
a,
go.
they're the
Yeah,
only
they
ones
have a-
with a
yeah.
restaurant.
They do have a restaurant. That's right.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. But primarily, like finger foods would be good.
Okay.
I remember Coma have a place called Bagel House next to but it's Coma, next to the Target. They sell the really small the bagel. It's like this size, so like the kind of snack food. Yeah, finger food.
What's it called?
I think it's called Bagel House,
Go House.
but just next to the Coma Target.
Thank you. I think that's a good jump off.
How about that new
What's that?
Cafe 86? They just opened on St. Francis Square.
They did. Yes, they did just open.
Okay. Maybe they're an option.
But as far as the program,
Programming.
how do you guys? Because we have 2 hours and there's nothing. There's no performances. There's no. I mean, the mayor can speak, obviously, do his speech, but then
So it's a dentist, it's a auto
beauty school,
beauty school.
dry cleaner.
It'd be kind of cool if that beauty school would actually do like sample stuff.
They're the only ones that we offered a table to all of them. And
Okay.
They're the only ones that confirmed.
They did confirm.
Yes, and I'm like, what do you?
It'd be
guys
kind of
gonna
cool
do?
though. What if they, they sampled what they do? Someone be a model while someone's hair isn't done, right?
Right.
Be kind of cool.
Yeah, but for here, we gotta fill 2 hours worth of.
Yeah.
What we can do, right?
What are we gonna do? Yeah.
I wonder if some of the previous legacy businesses would, like maybe the dance studio can.
Come back. Does that take the
Well,
shine away
because
from the winners?
if you think about the legacy of it, we all should be circling back to each other anyways.
Yeah.
Right. It was just a thought.
How about you guys doing a demo? Huh? How about you do a demo?
A demo?
Yeah. Have some of your kids come out and do some demos.
I'd have to put out to see if I can get enough people to do a proper demo.
I could. Have you guys been upstairs?
Upstairs.
In the rotunda, but not in any of the rooms.
Yeah. In the rotunda.
Yeah, I've been
Do
up
you
there,
see the
yeah.
display? So there's a couple of tables that are dedicated actually to our legacy businesses. So I can ask if we can just keep that and have that be a part of the display downstairs.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
That's
I mean-
still not.
Oh, yeah, but that's an added thing. Let's see. Trying to think of entertainment.
Right? DJ? What do we?
I mean, do we want to go that path of like we've had so many DJ companies that were born and raised in Daly City
Just to create. a
come out
vibe.
here and like
Should we just vibe out the first hour then?
sure, yeah,
Great idea too.
Just vibe out. Have food, talk to each other.
yeah,
Maybe
Sure.
some music, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some music.
Some
Yeah.
DJ.
yeah. I think that'd be good.
Well, we don't need an actual well, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Just music.
not an iPad, you know?
No,
We
just
want
have
some-
them set up like right here and just get the party going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it jumping.
sure.
Okay, so
Make it-
first hour is just
Yeah,
mingle food.
and go food and then the
Get to
second,
know, because it builds a
because
community.
it's 2
that way.
hours, right? And then the second hour would be the presenting the businesses.
Yeah, and then picture taking. We'll have a photo booth.
Yeah, photo booth. Yeah, it's good.
I'll have a step and repeat, with balloons and stuff. So that'll be there.
Yeah. It'd be good to build a
I
community
mean,
that way. Let
you
people.
want a karaoke party? I mean,
Are you singing?
don't get me started.
I mean, we can.
No, I think the DJ is good.
Yeah, DJ. Good. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll just present the awards, and then have maybe the businesses want to speak.
Yeah, no, that would be definitely a plus. They want to come up here and
Acceptance speech.
acceptance speeches.
Yeah. So I think because it kind of didn't go as planned last year. I think if Chair is here, Chair introduces the commission, either introduces each of you, or you guys introduce yourselves individually, your business, have your cards, right? You guys still have your cards, and and then we can introduce the mayor, and then do the awards. The people will take pictures, give a speech or whatever if they want. No pressure. And then after that, yeah, picture taking and wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we do a like when we announce the businesses, legacy businesses, like maybe like a quick photo slideshow who they are? Like
Yeah.
doesn't have to be that much, maybe like 2 slides.
Yeah, we did that last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good.
Perfect.
Simple.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Anything else? Anything else to add?
Everything's good.
Anything else?
No?
Okay. Then we move on to any announcements and communications. Anything happening?
I saw you signed up for restaurant week.
Oh yes, I signed up for it already, but
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't follow up the information yet because they asked for me, like I can get some promotion. So what item I can put, but I still like not follow up yet.
When's restaurant week? I'm sorry.
They have a program, so it's
April-
like
Oh,
April
okay.
yeah,
May, whatever.
about month.
That's great.
Yeah.
They help us like post our restaurant and online, and then the people can easy to click in to order from you. They got a coupon, and then they spend the money in the store. It's good.
Exactly.
It's no commission. It's good.
This is for your spicy house.
Yes.
Awesome.
Spice House.
Oh,
Yes.
great.
You are one of 3 that signed up.
Oh really?
in Daly City. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm glad. Yay.
Okay. Nice. Yes. Okay.
Be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Restaurant week is great.
They're like free promotion,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us,
Awesome.
So let more people to know our restaurant and more people to come into the Daly cities. Spend money
Hey.
in the Daly city is good.
Yes.
Spicy House has great food.
Great food.
Love that place.
Me too. I'm addicted.
Anything on your end, sir? No? My movement club, the Everyday People, we will have something again, a free wellness activity April 25th. Just look out for the information. It'll be on our Instagram. Everydaypeople.club is the Instagram, and we'll have our announcements of the next free wellness event that we'll have. Cool. Any public comments? No one's here, so probably not. And so I think it's time to adjourn this meeting. The time is 8:00 on the dot. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a good night.
Thank you.